I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm literally at a loss for words. It's unfortunate. Sometimes, I guess I can only implore this to the audience. When you're debating an abject, sometimes it's hard to sound anyone intelligible. I don't see a problem with the person being honest and saying, listen, I'm trying to do this as a career. This is a position I literally found myself in. That's why I set a donation for $357 a day. I figured out the old job that I had. My number one job is to provide for my wife and for my son. And so I was working 90 hours a week. Here's roughly how much money I made. If I quit and I take alternative sources of income that I'll now have, in addition, what will I need from streaming to equal what I used to have? If I can't equal that, then I'll try this for a month or two, use my savings, and I'm sorry, audience, I'm done. I was open with my audience. We need to get to these goals or I'm going to have to move on. That's a demand. The audience said, happy to help.
Right.
In fact, I went from making like $1,000 a month and having like 40 people watching per stream to having, right now I have on YouTube, I'm doing pretty good, 332 people watching, and I'm making $10,000 a month.
Right. The problem
didn't alienate my audience.
Right. And the problem isn't that. It's not when it's thanks for the support. It's where it goes to the pay up or I don't continue.
Correct.
That's where it becomes a problem.
So then it's not the demand, it's the way you demand.
Right. Yeah, because then you're not building anything. And that's been the whole point of it.
Okay, then you're making
you got to build the community.
But you're making an argument. But demanding doesn't eliminate the community. It's demanding like an asshole. That's your argument.
Fair enough.
Okay,
sure.
Then you're wrong with the prompt. It's not the demand, it's the way you demand. Andrew's demands, I think, help him. I think, now, and here's what'll happen.
In general,
it certainly does, right? For example, let's take this a step further. Forget about Andrew. Let's use me, just so it's not potentially, because I don't give a fuck if you insult me, and I don't think you are insulting me. If I take the money that I'm making on my channel to help me get bigger. Mm-hmm. So if I got an extra $5,000 this month, maybe I'll go to DebateCon in Dallas, or maybe I'll buy a new computer, right? Or maybe I'll hire an editor. All things that you could say predictably may grow my channel, right? You would agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So that demand would ultimately help me build my channel and grow out, correct?
But I would say, I wouldn't say that that's technically like a demand though, because you're informing the audience. You're letting them know what the plan is, what the goals are. Like that's being open and honest with them. There's a difference between that and then flat out just being like demanding it.
No. We just went through this. They're both demands. You could demand in a duplicitous way. You could demand in a rude way. You could demand in a polite way. All of those things, but they're all demands in that sense. If I said, here's the deal. I'm not going to do these daytime streams anymore unless we start getting $250 a stream. And then the money didn't come in. So I said, cool, I'm not doing the stream anymore. I demanded money when I stopped the service because the demand was not being met. I may be very polite about it. That was a demand.
Right. But see, okay, no, I would argue that's a request because you were informative and you let them know exactly what was happening and what the parameters are around it. Demanding is not when you don't inform them. You don't tell them any of that. You just flat out say, give me the money.
You'll admit the terms demand and request exist outside the scope of streaming. Of course, right?
Sure.
Attorney says, happy to take your case, right? Happy to do it, but it's going to be $5,000 up front. Did he demand a request?
That's a request.
No, that's a demand for the service.
No, that's a request.
I don't know what to say. We have a fundamental. He is requesting money for the service, but it's also a demand. I will not give you X unless you pay for it.
Right, but he doesn't start with your case and then halfway through say, I'm not going to do anything, and from this point forward until you pay me.
Yes, lawyers often do that. In fact, that's part of their business model. They say, I charge you $500 an hour. You give me a detainer.
Then that doesn't make a great example for this at all.
Of course it does. The point I'm trying to make is anytime someone says, I will give you X if you pay me this amount, that's a demand. When you go to the store and they say, you want to buy this Chef Boyardee pizza, it's $3. They're demanding $3 for you to buy the pizza. They're being open. They're not lying about the price. That is the demand for the for you to get that. It's not a request. You're like, well, you don't have to buy the pizza, so it's a request.
But yeah.
Okay, you don't have to watch the stream. That's a request. If someone says I'm not going to give you X unless you pay me, they're demanding payment to do X. I don't understand how to make it simpler than this. You're muted. I think you're muted.
Yeah, your mic on StreamYard, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Fuck. I don't know what I'm saying.
For example, I will cheat. I saw this in the chat. I almost never read the chat. A demand would be you go to the restaurant and they say, "Oh, you want the ravioli? $22." The demand is $22. Then we give you ravioli. The tip's a request. Would you like to give a tip? That's a request. Right? You see the difference?
Right. Yeah. And that's, yeah. Okay. So perfect. The gratuity. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the perversion of the gratuity. So then instead of now, go back to my waitress example, like I said to before.
So just be clear, yes, you just conceded the debate. Now go back to a different example. Got it.
No, because they're not requesting for gratuity. They're no longer requesting for it. They're demanding for the gratuity.
So
saying,
if I say,
give me the gratuity before I even give you any service at all.
No,
before I bring you your drinks, before I bring you anything else like that, that's when it's a problem.
No, but it's still a demand regardless. You're just saying it's only a demand if it's before. You have to pay up front. If we say we demand $22 for the ravioli, you can pay after you eat it. That's not a demand. It's a request all of a sudden. Is it optional? Can you say, you know what? I don't want to pay the $22 now that I ate the ravioli.
It is absolutely. Yes, it is optional.
No, it's not. You'll go to jail. That's stealing.
No, I could choose not to eat the ravioli at all.
If you say, if the restaurant says to you, the ravioli is $22, you say, I'll order the ravioli. The ravioli comes. You choose to eat it, not eat it, whatever. And you say, you know what, I'm not going to pay. You stole.
Yeah, because you chose. See, that's completely different. That's completely different. That's them giving you something, and then they're giving you something, and then you're giving them something in return.
Demanded a price.
There's a difference. There's a difference. You're getting value. You're getting value for value. That's the difference. But when you don't get that value, and then they stop that value, and they say, "Give me money before you get your value," that's when you're demanding it.
It is a demand. It is not. Your argument is it is a request. When you go to the restaurant and they give you a menu.
No, that's your argument. Is a request.
No, that's your argument.
No, you keep arguing. No. You keep arguing that everything's a request.
Oh my! No, that's you.
Yes. Okay.
I'm saying it's a demand. When the restaurant says you want the ravioli, that's $22. That's a demand. Your argument is
sorry. I apologize. It is a request.
They demand the money up front, then it's a demand.
No, it's a demand when they say no. It's a demand when they come to your table and they say, "This is what you're getting. This is ravioli. You give us $22." No. That's a demand.
Okay, that's a demand.
Yep.
Okay, so it's not a demand when you say, "I'd like the ravioli," and it says $22 on the menu. That's not a demand?
No.
Okay, so then it's a request.
Yep.
So the restaurant's requesting you give them $22.
Yep, for what you want. Yep.
Much like a tip.
They're giving you a service.
Let me finish.
They're giving you value.
Let me finish.
And you're paying for
Much
it.
like a tip is a request.
Yep.
Do you have to tip?
No, you don't have to tip.
Do you have to pay the $22 if you eat the ravioli?
Yes, you do.
If it's a request, why do you?
Only if you eat the ravioli.
You don't have to honor requests.
You don't have to. If you don't eat the ravioli, you don't have to pay it.
If you buy that ravioli and consume that product, if you don't actually consume that product, that's exactly what we're talking about, Rob. If you don't consume the product, and if they bring that ravioli down to my table and I get up and say, "Fuck you, I'm not eating it," they're not charging me $22, are they? They could.
They won't.
They could.
They won't.
And it's irrelevant. You're adding variables that don't disprove the fact. You are demanding something for this.
Because you're already making my argument by saying they're giving you value, so then you're giving them something in exchange for it.
That's a demand.
And that's been my whole point.
You this value.
No, that's not. I will give you
this value on the condition that you pay me for it. That's a demand.
No. When you say you don't have an option, that's a demand.
Does the streamer say you don't have the option? You have to watch me?
Yes, they do. Yes,
really?
They say to continue on with this show, you have to give me money.
For me to make you this ravioli, you have to give me money. That's a demand.
No, that's offering a service.
It's not a request. A request means it's optional. You don't have to. I'll make the ravioli regardless. If you want to give me money, there are restaurants that do that. They'll say, hey, payment's optional. You pay what you feel like. That's a request. A demand is the ravioli costs $22. That's a demand. I don't understand. Like, this is fundamental. I can't believe. Try it, dude. Go buy a car and say, you know what? I felt that your $22,000 that you said went for this was a request. I choose not to. See what happens. Have fun in handcuffs. Okay. They're going to say that wasn't a request, buddy. Either you pay us the money or give us the fucking car back. It's not a request.
So you give us money and you get value, right?
Yes.
Right. So that's completely different. That's completely different than what I'm talking about. Completely different. You're entering into an agreement of a car. Like that's what I'm saying. You're twisting it. I'm going back to the streamer because guess what? Because the streamer and this platforms, that's where this makes sense. Bringing it out into the real world doesn't make sense because the viewers, the lurkers, the community, that's what builds it. The chat, that's the audience. Where do you have audience? What are you appeasing to the audience elsewhere?
Concert.
Great. And do you
demand people pay before you come in?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, that's a demand.
Do you not? Right. But you're upfront with them. Do you not? Okay, that comes down to intent. So it comes down to intent. When you tell them there's an entry, so then now you're telling me it's okay to charge a cover charge on these free platforms. Now everybody can charge a cover charge. That was what the intent was for these gratuity systems. Cover charges.
You might be one of the dumbest people I've ever debated, which is saying a lot.
Cool. That's cool.
Your argument is demand bad, alienates audience. You're like, show me a place where that would happen when it's entertainment. Concert. Musician demands you buy the ticket to get in and see the concert. You're like, exactly.
The intent's there. So
I've never seen someone that agrees with me so much to disprove their own point and you go, see, exactly. Yeah.
Because the intent's different.
What's the intent of if I say,
because when you go to a concert you have to pay to get in. There's a difference.
If I announce
there's a cover charge, but when you have these free platforms all across where you watch all these different streamers and things, and then they put these paywalls up, tell me that. Can you please tell me how that doesn't create any type of...
The fact that the platform of YouTube is free has nothing to do with whether or not there is a demand being offered at all. Nothing. It is a complete red herring. So, for example, if the concert occurs at a public park and it's normally free, right? Mm-hmm. But they say in order to be at the park today, you have to pay $15 to hear the concert. Now, that's normally a free platform, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and is that going to alienate people or bring more people in?
Probably not. They would say, we understand the norm.
Right. Is that going to alienate people or bring more people in?
Probably not alienate people.
Probably going to alienate more people.
Okay, so it's just a matter of bring more people in?
In this circumstance, yes.
So then everything free is less alienating. Anytime you charge for anything, it's alienating.
No, I'm talking about platforms.
Okay, anytime a musician ever charges for a concert ticket, that's alienating.
I'm not.
When they have more people viewing their concerts if it was free?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then it's alienating, correct?
Sure.
So what's the point? Yeah, I guess if you give everything away for free, you would alienate less people.
Because on these platforms, the people that you alienate are the ones that are literally the currency. I said that before. Like, they're the ones who set your channel. Like, they're the ones who set your algorithms for you. Like, if you are constantly pushing all these people away, these lurkers, these non-donors, these moochers, if you're pushing all these people away, tell me how is that not going to affect your channel? Tell me how is that not going to affect your algorithm? And that's what
we're running in circles. I've already talked about this. All right. So now we're getting back. What happens is you make an absurd point. I point out how it's ridiculous, like you claiming that when the restaurant charges you a meal, they are requesting you pay, which is fundamentally absurd. Then you deflect to, but only if it's with a performing artist. Then when I prove that that's ridiculous, you're like, but only if it's a performing artist.
It's a perversion of the gratuity system.
It is not a perversion of the gratuity system.
It is.
It is not a perversion. Explain that to me.
Again, I'll go back to my waitress example.
Okay.
Yep. The waitress,
you got your waitress.
The waitress already has a way of making money. There's a minimum wage set. There's a base set for her to make money. Much like a lot of these streamers in these other like all these platforms. They have partnership programs and all that based on subscribers, based on views, all that kind of stuff. So then this super chats, donations, all those kind of things, those are set in as a gratuity system. So now when you are stopping value, so like such as the waitress saying, you can't have your food until you tip me first. because I have a tip goal tonight and I got to make my tip before you get your food, that's when it becomes a problem.
That is not a gratuity system. The difference is this. On that system, what we were talking about previously is you are agreeing to pay money for something that's been demanded for a service. And then someone involved in that chain says, but you have to pay me additional monies that wasn't part of that demand in order for you to get that service. Here's what we're talking about is this. Even though I could theoretically, first off, not everyone is eligible to get any significant money whatsoever through ads, through partnership programs. So is it okay? Let's start with that. I'm on Twitch. I'm not in the partnership program. Okay for me to demand money? Because I'm not part of the partnership program.
No.
So it's still not okay.
No, sure. Is it okay? Is it okay? Sure. Do whatever you want. It's okay for anybody to do whatever they want. However, will that cause you problems in building your chat and your platform? 100%.
No, it's
It'll
not
cause
true.
animosity in chat.
100% means definitively. I already gave examples that you conceded that it didn't.
In the beginning, we're talking about.
What does the beginning matter? So now
because that's the example. Rob, go to this example you're talking about right now. We're in this example you're talking about right now. Not about what you were talking about 20 minutes ago, right now.
Okay. Keep going. All right.
Yeah,
this example.
Your example. Use your example.
Okay.
It's your example that you're using.
I'm on Twitch. I'm not in the partnership program.
Yes,
is it okay
you're a
for me
brand new
to say,
streamer.
you have to give me $10 or I can't stream tomorrow?
You can go ahead and say that, but will that cause alienation in your chat? Yes, your chat will then be like, why the fuck would I give this guy any money?
Your argument
He's giving me no
your
value.
Argument seemed to be, you know why it's different? Because it's a free platform and there's ways to get money. And so this is a gratuity like being a tip. And so it's like demanding, it's gratuity because you're making money other. I said, okay, but I'm not making money in another way. I'm not in the partnership program. I'm not getting ad revenue. So now is it gratuity? And you're like, well, it's still alienating. Yes, if you had to say for anything in life, would you have more people happy with you if you gave shit away for free rather than if you asked for money? Yes, asking for money will alienate people. If you performed as a plumber, if you walked around for 2 years working for free because you're a billionaire, and then all of a sudden you lost that money and you're like, now I actually have to charge you a reasonable rate. Yes, that would alienate some people. Okay?
Right. The problem is with the alienation on these platforms, the fact that all these subscribers, these people that you're alienating, they're the currency, Rob. These are the people that set you into these partnership programs. These are the ones that get you the money. So if you're alienating this exact base that's supposed to build you up to then get you into this partnership programs, then how is that a winning
Then the gratuity
strategy?
portion of it has nothing to do with whether or not you're a partner. None of that has anything to do with it. You're literally you're overcomplicating it. Your argument is quite simply this. If you say, hey, I'm not going to stream tomorrow, I'm not going to stream next hour unless you give me money, that'll alienate people.
No, not always. Depending on how you do it. Yeah.
Okay. Exactly. I win.
No.
Yes, that's my entire argument.
There's a difference between requesting and demanding money.
What? Right. We already did that. Demand is saying, I'm not going to do X unless I get paid. That's a demand. You've conceded.
Not always.
That.
No.
Give me. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm literally at a loss for words. It's unfortunate. Sometimes, I guess I can only implore this to the audience. When you're debating an abject fucking retard, sometimes it's hard to sound anyone intelligible. This fucking retard doesn't know what demand means. He thinks when the restaurant says you owe us money for this, that's a request. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what to say. This guy's fucking retarded.
Okay. So when a restaurant is providing a service, it's a demand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes. That's my point.
Right. So then what service are they providing you when a streamer demands money in the middle of the show?
I will give you the entertainment to watch me. You'll give me money. That's my demand. You give me the money, I give you the service.
And is that not going to alienate people and push them away?
Not always, as you just conceded 30 seconds ago.
Majority of the time it will it not?
Now you jump back to that argument.
Okay, here we go.
Remember, we got to, it's not the demand itself, it's the way you demand.
Well, remember, I'm an abject retard. Remember?
Yes, you are an abject retard. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Anything else? Ready for closing statements?